Well, here on CNUsports.com, we are wrapping up our Hall of Fame announcements for 2021, an outstanding five-person class. And as they always say, last but not least, we went in alphabetical order, Belle. I don't want you to feel bad. Belle Tunstall from our field hockey team is our fifth and final inductee into the Hall of Fame this year. Belle joins us now, courtesy of Zoom. Thank you so much, and congratulations on being a Hall of Famer.
Oh, thank you so much. It is truly surreal.
You had a terrific career here at Christopher Newport, obviously, to get into the Hall of Fame. But let's go back a little bit and tell us a little bit about growing up. You're from Vienna, Virginia. You went to James Madison High School. Tell us a little bit about field hockey. How did you get into it, and how did it become your number one sport?
Yeah, it's funny. I grew up playing soccer. I played soccer since I was 5 and basically was on a club team, I mean, my whole life. And my sister, my older sister, she picked up field hockey in high school. And I remember my family, we were like, what is this sport? I just remember being like, you wear a skirt? I was like, what is this sport? Like, and so my dad, she quickly excelled in it. I mean, my sister was really good. And so my dad, he just signed me up for a few like summer camps and clinics, things like that. And so, yeah, I did that like for maybe the couple summers in middle school. And it's actually funny. I think the first game I played in, I got this brand new STX stick, and I like did an insert on a corner and I broke the stick in half. And it was probably a fluke. The stick must have been, because I mean, but it's just a funny memory to think on. But yeah, then I played in high school. I made JV as a freshman and played JV as a sophomore, and just played like I mean, I guess there was that weird balance of like, could be on varsity, maybe JV, but they kept me on JV. And I was so thankful because I played every minute of every game and really just got better with my skills, but still was more soccer oriented. And, but it wasn't until my junior year, I played with a senior who was being recruited by CNU. And she ended up just going to another in-state school for academics, but I just kind of on a whim just emailed Coach Mora and didn't hear back for like 2 weeks. And so I figured, okay, well, oh well, like, and but she was on leave. She had just had her daughter, so she emailed me back and was like, hey, like, come out for a skills camp. So I drove down to CNU, did the tour, and then they invited me back to another one. I drove down and then another one. I remember thinking like, what in the world? But so I think I did like 5 of them before they asked me to be, to come on an overnight. And so I did the overnight, then another skills camp, and then they asked me to officially be a recruit.
Tell us about what it was like coming into Christopher Newport as a freshman and getting into this program. Kerry Moore has been a very successful coach, obviously, had a great program, and you made it better right away. In that first year, I know you were 12-6, maybe not exactly what you were hoping for, but you certainly got better and better as your time went by and as you improved your game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I remember thinking, so the first field hockey game, collegiate field hockey game I saw was on my overnight. And I remember thinking, it's so fast. Like, this field is huge. Their passes are so far, and it was just like mind blowing. And so I felt so grateful for the opportunity, because it really just, I mean, again, I was a junior, end of my junior year in high school when I got in touch with Coach Mora. And so it all happened kind of fast. And so all I remember thinking was, I'm just happy to be here. I need to come in shape and I can learn the rest. And so, yeah, I mean, definitely not the best season, the worst season in program history, stats wise. And so, but it was an exciting opportunity, because at that point, Coach was just like, who can play, like who, and she was playing everybody, freshman, sophomore, it didn't matter. Everybody got playing time, and it was kind of a sink or float opportunity. So yeah, I got a lot of experience that year. And so, yeah, but honestly, I feel like the coolest part was just coming into college a little bit early for preseason, and starting the semester out knowing like 28 girls ranging in all grades, majors, minors, connections. And so that was just unbeatable. And just having that support system right off the bat, I couldn't have asked for a better transition into into college,
Well, the
honestly.
improvements certainly showed as time went by. You went from 12 wins to 17 in your sophomore year, then 21-2 as a junior. And of course, that year was 2013, and that was the Final Four run for the captains. That had to be
Oh my
quite a
gosh,
thrill.
yeah. That year was just incredible. I think it really was so cool to go from 12-6, the worst, and then, losing a few starters, but essentially coming back with the same team. And that was the year with, Lindsey Hendricks and Caitlin Cahill. And I mean, this relatively same team. And we were, yeah, I guess 17-2, something like that. I think we had like a 10 winning streak or something and, thrown in there. Um, and so just seeing that transition in such a quick time, I suppose, we really just dug deep, and in the preseason and postseason, I mean, our spring season, really just coming together for that overall goal of hoping, trying to win CNU's first ever NCAA championship. And so, yeah, it was a ride, especially that junior year. I really, that's like some of my best memories, I
Well,
feel
your
like.
4-year total here as a captain, 62 wins and only 17 losses, 3 NCAA tournaments in 4 years. Obviously, you look back on the Final Four. That's going to be your number one memory. But tell us some other memories you might have of particular games or things that might have happened in the field hockey program while you were here.
Yeah, I think, well, one comes to mind, and it's, well, a few. I guess one, my junior year, we beat Salisbury in our normal, regular season. And it was the first time we had beat them in like 13 or 16 years, something absurd. And so that was amazing. And to do it at home was just so great. Another one was we were in the CAC like semifinals, I think. And my junior year was the first year that we were in a conference. We were independent before that. But we were playing Wesley and a senior, Marcy Hoth. So they scored, I think, like early in the first half, and we were kind of stunned a little bit. And so we, got back together and did kind of the tip off or whatever you even call it. And so we passed out to Marcy Hoth on the right. She just sprinted all the way down the field, and I was just trying to keep up with her. And she like passed to me at the top of the circle, and I just cut left and then did a reverse chip, like floater into the upper left like corner over the goalie, and I was just like stunned because that was just, I remember working on reverse chips all those years, because when I initially came for one of those skills camps, I remember Natalie Barrett, the assistant coach at the time, she was like, we're going to work on these chips. And I remember thinking, is this even legal? I was like, you can use the side of the stick? I had no idea. So just so full circle and like a surreal moment. And then we later went into overtime and had the game winner on that one, which was just surreal. And I guess one other that I think of was my senior year. We were gassed in like our, second overtime with this team. And the CNU football team finished up practice, and they came over and started like cheering for us. And it was like literally another life. I remember that whole game, and then I had the game winner on that one, and actually was at the bottom of the dog pile with my whole team and then the football team on top of us. So
I'll tell you.
yeah.
A lot of great memories, Belle, and I want to look at your credentials as a Hall of Famer because they are extensive. A 2-time All-American as a captain, region, and state player of the year honors. You're still the all-time program leader in points with 115, in goals with 41, and also in assists with 33. So those are some lofty numbers that you put up while you were here. Certainly Hall of Fame worthy. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing now and what you've done since leaving Christopher
So I
Newport.
graduated in 2015 and actually stuck around. I was a university fellow in the Office of Admission. So I did that for about a year. And then after that, I moved back home to my hometown in Vienna and got licensed as a realtor. So I've been doing real estate ever since, and love it. I mean, it's competitive, and definitely have goals in mind and things like that. So it's
That's
very
outstanding.
fulfilling.
Well, Belle, thank you so much for talking to us today. We're not able to have a formal induction because of COVID this year, but the 2021 class will will hopefully go in next year during a basketball game, probably about a year from now, hopefully. So we hope to see you then, and congratulations again on your induction to the Hall of Fame.
Thank you so much.
Belle
Really appreciate
Tunstall, our fifth and final member, last but not least, certainly in our Hall of Fame class of 2021. We want to congratulate all 5 members, Jalen Brown, as well as Sabrina Hill, Rudy Rudolph, Brian Yeager, and Belle Tunstall, our class of 2021. And of course, we'll have more information on Hall of Fame inductions for next year as they become available here on CNUsports.com.